everyone, and welcome back to Locked In as we have a very special treat coming your way today. Now, I know we had our Deadlock game show to test your knowledge of the game when it came to the lore, came to the abilities, and it came to, of course, the background of some of these heroes in particular. But we've got a whole new cup of tea coming your way this time. It's how well do you know the sounds of the game? But to make it even more difficult, I had a mystery guest, a pro player making the sounds for me. And these three lovely gentlemen have to figure out what it's going to be in these four categories of voice lines, gun sounds, ability sounds, and ultimate sounds. Dan, this is going to be a little bit tough. I've already heard all the audio lines. How are you feeling about this? How confident are you?
Me? Oh my God. I'm feeling terrible about this, actually. I feel actually so awful.
I don't actually know how many points to expect, but ZP, if you were to give a wild guess, how many of these do you think you're gonna get right out of 12?
Honestly, I'm feeling like I'm gonna get the Jonas treatment, where even if I get the right answer, I am going to get lawyered down to 0 or even the negatives, and that's not even supposed to be possible. But honestly, I've seen how you run your shows, and I am very worried for my survival here. That's where I'm at.
Don't even worry, because at the very end, if you can correctly predict what pro player is making these sounds, you'll get double points. And Jake, I know you got this on lock, right?
We'll see. I have a pretty small hero pool when I play Deadlock. I'm more or less spamming the same characters these days. So I think if it hits my hero pool characters, I hope I can do well on those.
Okay, well, we're going to kick things off going into our voice lines first. And there's 3 different questions or sounds for you to listen to. Now, for you at home who are wondering, they're all going to be sending me their messages over Discord to know that everything is locked in and good to go. And there's no cheating. I'm looking at you, Dan.
I'm hashtag locked in, Jason.
Yep. What's that? Yeah, locked in. I've got to hit the name of the channel, right? So kicking things off, I'll play it a couple times if needed, but this is our first sound for you all to guess. It is a voice line of one of our heroes.
Family failed to protect this city, for it cannot happen again.
Okay, how are you guys feeling about that?
Wow, that's really good voice acting. Like, really indistinguishable is what I got here. I mean, look, if I was one of the official voice actors of Valve, I'd be writing my resume right now. It's over.
Yeah. So if you get it right, you get 4 points. If none of you get it right on the first try here, we'll go into the real voice line that's being said, and you can get a guess in there. Well, I can tell you this. I'm going to play the other sound just so you can figure out who it is and be pretty confident. This is the real voice line.
My family failed to protect this city once before. It cannot happen again.
I'm not gonna play back to back. That's a little awkward. So let's start things off. Let's go with you, Dan. Who did you put down for this hero to be?
I put Abrams. Sounded.
You put Abrams. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like very, Abrams is learned, but has a deep voice. And I could hear that deep voice coming through on the voice acting there. So, and I was like, he's a protector. He's big, he's hench. That's what made sense to me, because honestly, I have no idea actually about that voice line. I don't know if I've ever heard that before. So
I put up Warden, and it's weird because like it seemed like it fit the Warden tone, even though I've played a lot of Warden. I'm sitting here wondering, is like, okay, I'm not 100% sure I heard that, but lore-wise, I think it makes sense. So yeah.
Oh my God, you're right, ZP. I feel horrible about my choice now. That makes way more sense.
I can't confirm all of you locked in your answer before playing the actual voice line. Jake, who did you have?
I also picked Warden. I thought it sounded right. His lore as like a policeman or whatever kind of fit, but in a deeper voice. I'm not 100% sure, even though the Warden is one of the 2 characters I'm spamming these days. But I felt like I'd heard it before, and that made me think it probably was Warden. But I'm not sure still.
Okay. Well, our answer is Warden. It is actually Warden coming through. So we have our second voice line coming up here. And so far, ZP and Jake, you are undefeated, but I don't know if it's going to continue to be that way, as we're going to load it up for you.
That's one of my 2-1 tricks. Let's see if I can keep going.
Like, I got lucky. I got real lucky.
The only demons I can't punch are my own.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nice. I got ZP.
I hate this game. This game sucks.
All right. So all 3 of you have answered. We're just going to run it through to see what your answers were before we actually hop into who got it right or wrong. ZP, who did you put?
I put Abrams because I seem to remember, like, for Abrams, he had, like, punching in a voice line before, and it sounds like it'd be something to give the Abrams. And I feel like I've heard it, but, maybe not.
What about you, Jake?
I went with Calico. Because I thought that the player was trying to do, like, a female voice, maybe, or, like, a higher pitched voice. So I would never have thought Abrams, but I'm not sure. Maybe his punching voice line, that's a good point.
What about you, Dan?
The punching thing, I thought that it wasn't gonna be like a male character because of the voice acting as well. I was sold that it's gonna be like a female character. So I actually thought Calico, but then I switched to Vindicta. I don't know.
Okay, well, I can tell you, out of you three, none of you are right. It is none of those three heroes. So what we'll do now, we'll play the actual line, and then this will be worth 2 points if you can get it correctly. Here we go.
The only demons I can't punch are my own.
I'm still not even sure, but it does sound more male now that I hear the real voice line.
I'm prepared to be disappointed in some of you here, because that should have been a snap. Oh, it's him.
Okay, so we have our answers locked in. I'm going to say what they are just to go over it really quickly. Dan has Infernus, ZP has Lash, and Jake has Lash. And the correct answer actually is Lash.
I thought it was Infernus too, Dan, and then I changed to Lash because the voice sounded like Infernus, but then I realized he's got that cocky little twist to it. It's the Lash vibe.
Yeah, I mean, Lash has is like, you want to tangle with the Lash? Like, he is almost that, like, southern thing going on at the end.
He's got, like a vocal fry a little bit, yeah.
All right, well, round 3 coming up. This is our last voice line that our mysterious player did put out. And here you go.
I'm squishy.
Oh, my God, that's so easy.
Okay.
Locked in, Jason. I'm locked in.
You all three are locked in very, very quickly, so I'm pretty sure you're all confident in who you picked. Jake, who did you go for?
I went with Viscous. Surely it had to be Viscous.
I mean, ZP, Dan, is that what you guys agree with?
I also went with Viscous, but now I'm just wondering, how did these questions get seeded? Because you were just hitting everything in Jake's hero pool, and I mean,
this is my one. Wait, hold on. I want to say for the record, I only play Warden and Viscous, and like a little bit of Infernus and Shiv and Yamato, but...
And Dan, did you have Viscous as well?
I picked Viscous as well. I was hoping for Viscous because you know, sometimes it has a weird like distorted voice, and I kind of like wanted to hear how the player would do that.
Yep. Well, here we go. Here's what the actual voice line is.
I'm squishy.
Yeah, that one's a free get if you hear the real voice line, because it has to be like a voice changer, right? Like it has some sort of computerized thing.
So at the end of round 1, we have Jake and ZP both tied at 10 points apiece, and DDK coming in with 4. I'm happy I'm not playing because I would probably be at 0 if I'm perfectly honest with you. But we're moving into gun sounds. And if you thought any of the voice lines were hard, it gets more difficult from here on. We're going to start off with our very first one. So listen closely and try not to laugh.
Oh boy.
I can play it again if you need.
I'm locked in. Final answer.
It's kind of like an airy sound. It's like, is that like that wasn't like a strong sound, you know, like a shotgun, but it's kind of got that cadence.
So let's start off. We did Jake last. So Dan, who did you put?
I went Abrams, but then switched to Sinclair.
I put Great Talon, and for me, it was just going off like the timing of it. Like it kind of felt like the timing of Great Talon shots to me, along with the sound. So GT was my call.
That's a good
You're
one.
You're putting very high expectations on this player to know the cadence of the shots.
All
right. Should I give mine, Jason?
Yeah.
I went with Pocket.
Oh,
okay.
I just thought it was like kind of giving me like a little like an airy shotgun. I think Pocket has sort of has a shotgun that has that like little, not as like deep of a base hit as the Abrams shotgun. So I kind of thought it was a Pocket. But.
Okay. Well, the correct answer is Pocket. It is Pocket.
Stacking them up, baby. Stacking them up.
I'll play the sound for you now just so you can hear what the player was trying to do. And this is the player doing it.
Oh, you got baited, ZP. You got so baited.
I honestly, I don't feel like Great Talon was a bad guess here at all.
I mean, look, this is where it gets hard. You got to be an advanced listener, such as myself.
You also have to just interpret like what's going on here more than listen. It's just like you have to get yourself.
It takes a lot of deep experience in competitive esports, guys.
Oh boy.
All right, we'll move on to round 2. And this is our next gun sound from our mystery player. That sigh is kind of what I was expecting.
I got it, 100%. Actually, I'm not fully sure, but
okay. I'll say my reason. I think there's a few heroes here, but it's really hard.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, there's 2 that come to mind as like being particularly good, but I'm gonna stick with the one I got. I think I like it a little bit more.
Who did you put, ZP?
I did Paradox. It's got to be one of the triple shot heroes. Like, I don't know which in the burst fire, but yeah, my guess is Paradox. There's 2 others it could likely be, but Paradox.
Okay. Jake?
I thought it was Paradox. I thought maybe it could be 7, but the sound kind of reminded me of Paradox a little bit more.
Okay. And Dan?
I went with 7. Because it sounded like it was like that, you know, not just like one attack, but like a series of attacks with a few bullets in there. So
the correct answer is Paradox.
Yeah.
Son of a
Right,
bitch!
DP and Jake.
Can't catch
I'll
a
play the
break.
gun sound for you.
Dude, our player VO is rocking it, man. Our player VO is good. Like, they got these on dial.
That was
And you
good.
can hear the player one more time. He got better the longer he went on, because the beginning was very...
I see what he was going for, because I as soon as I heard it, I was like, I've heard this sound before. You know what I mean? Like, what he's going for, like the way he's making the sound. Actually, I like, it was like sort of that nail gun style sound that I think Paradox... I think that also Paradox makes the sound gets even more sharp like that when you hit stuff, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Well, you know, we'll move into our third and final round of our gun sounds, and the final round here of our very first episode of the Deadlock Sound Effect Challenge. And here it is. I told him, the player, I really hope your microphone is dry after this.
Hope you have a mic shield.
Jake, you're up first. Who did you pick?
I went with Viscous. Sounds a lot like the Viscous left click to me. The tempo is right. The splatteriness of it felt right. Yeah, I just caught the vibe.
I initially went with Viscous, but then I changed to Kelvin because we already had a Viscous. But then
It's a
they
very
both
good
have,
guess,
like,
actually.
similar kind
Similar.
of attacks. Yeah.
And then ZP, you went with both of those answers.
Yeah, but I locked in on Viscous, which is a little bit disappointing because either I'm right and Jake is still ahead of me, or I'm wrong and Jake is still ahead of me. So this does nothing for me this round, but you know.
Well, hold on. It's a longer game, brother.
True,
You
true.
gotta stay locked in.
Yeah.
I actually think the Kelvin
you said
answer is
it.
smarter, but because we haven't had it yet, but who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the correct answer is Warden.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I see that
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I see that too.
Here's the gun sound for you.
Oh no, we didn't know about repeat
Yeah, that's a good point.
answers.
I mean, I went with this because it was also a repeat answer. So,
Yeah.
We made it halfway through the whole thing, and we figured out all the kinks, and we now know all the rules that go around it. But that's gonna end off our very first half here of the show. We have our current standings: Jake in first place at 18, ZP in second at 14, and DDK in last at 4th. But anything can happen if you can guess the correct player at the very end, because it's going to double your points.
Oh.
And that's
gonna do it here
Dan.
for-
Dan's not gonna save him.
Double's not gonna save Dan right now. Like, it's not.
But that's going to do it here for our first episode. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Locked In. And don't forget to check out part 2.